Hello students, good morning. Today again I will repeat the topic money and credit. Here a lot of things I discussed in my last class. Perhaps it might be helpful to you. But today I will go for some of the very important terms and small topics I am going to introduce in my lecture. First one, collaterals that are being used by the banks to issue loan to you, grant loan to you. Study of collaterals. We don't know what are that collaterals because we are not involved there in any financial activities till that we have not reached onto that age. But these collaterals are nothing but that simple documents what we use in our day-to-day activities like keeping records of our lands, property, different house, proper documents. Secondly, I can say some of the documents that are made mandatory by that government like your voter ID that are being used in various ways. Your Aadhaar link there to your bank account, that is there or not, your income tax you are paying there or not to that government according to your income. All these documents when we keep with us readily available, at that time that banks can easily consider that loan practice on that account holder. But another term that is linked there to that collaterals, that is your terms of credit. These terms of credit, many customers are very ignorant about the system of banks. They do not know, living in rural areas or maybe that illiterate people, bank can take that documents and give that loan without informing anything. They cannot understand also due to their illiteracy or poor knowledge on that banking practice. So here the terms of credit states that how much loan is sanctioned on your name. We must know that. If the loan amount is suppose 5 lakhs and the bank is depositing that amount in your bank account 4,80,000. So this is service charge. We take this 20,000 for banking practice. All these things they can say. But let you know whether that 5 lakhs is sanctioned on your name or not. That is very important. Secondly, I said you that voter ID or that Aadhaar card, all these are important property records or record of that assets. That are also important. Third one, the rate of interest charged on your loan amount. If you don't know, how can you repay? You will be bankrupt, bankrupted. So rate of interest is also very important things to be known by that customer or that person in need of that money from that banks in the form of loans. Another one, for how many years that loan is sanctioned. Whether it is a 3 years loan or 5 years loan or a 20 years long term loan, you should know that. Better knowing all these things, you can take that loan from that banks. Cannot make any difficulties, bring any difficulties in your further activities, further life. So this knowledge about all these things are known as your terms of credit. This collateral now banks can give you that loan. But during taking loan, we should know there are two important sources who can offer loan to us. Crediting sources, what are they? One is formal source of credit, another is informal source of credit. Informal source rarely we can get here in township area, city area, because that includes the practice of money lenders and landlords. They can give loan, charge higher rate of interest from the farmers in the rural areas, from small businessmen also. They charge higher rate of interest giving certain loans, and on day basis they collect that amount. What our general practice practical practice we are going through every day. I see many times there. In town area also, many town, it is a small town here, this type of informal source of loans are practiced by different money lenders. They earn big amount, huge amount as their profit from that loan activities. But I must say here one thing. The informal source of credit cannot bring that farmers or that shopkeepers or that business holders improvement or development in their life. For better economic development, we must claim here one thing. The more the formal source of credit, the more possibility of the economic development is there of that nations. So we are having nationalized bank, private banks, cooperatives, a number of banks are there throughout the country nowadays offering that loans to farmers and different businessmen. They are to uplift their standard. So here, this more that formal source of credit will be there, more production will be there in the primary sector of the economy, more development will be there in the secondary sector by increasing that cottage industry, small scale industry, number of these industry can be increased there in different towns and different mini towns, and possibility of economic development is there. So it should give importance, government should give importance there to formal source of credit by which informal source of credit, I astonished students that cooperatives are included here. Now farmers cooperative society, businessmen cooperative societies, they collect money from, they deposit money there in that bank. According to their deposit, that banks can give loan there to that cooperative society, and that can be disbursed among the members of that cooperative society, and can make easy for that people to practice their works, practice their businesses. So if more businesses will be there, more agricultural activities will be there, more industrial activities will be there, definitely that way can lead there to better economic development. GDP can increase. So this is the role of your formal source of credit. We should forget that informal source of credit. The more money you are borrowing from informal source, possibility is there to make you bankrupted in your near future. So this is very important in the study of this money and credit system. Money is there, everywhere money is there. That money should properly be utilized by you. And you have to see how much rate of interest you are being charged by different source of credit, whether it is formal or informal. Otherwise, laymen, these poor people, poor farmers, they do not know. They are actually innocent people living in the rural areas and suffering from that crediting system by that informal source of credit. Tomorrow or in my next class, I will discuss some more important things in my upcoming releasing video and say about role of this money and banks loan there of different formal and informal source, and SHG, formation of SHG, role of SHG there in your rural areas that can lead a better life to them. Thank you for today. Meet you again in my next video.